form a line. Bad bitches, every city in my tribe. Look behind. Booty dominate.
Yep, we can hear ya.
All right. So what is like your strongest position that you want to debate?
Well, my best topic is abortion. Blackbird's best topic, I would say, is systemic racism. And Zombie's best topic, I would say, is also abortion.
All right,
be a
well,
pain in my ass.
I do have a pro-life position. So
All
why
right.
are you pro-abortion then?
Because I don't think that anyone should be forced to sustain pregnancy.
But okay, so do you believe that the fetus is a life?
Yes, but I do not give moral consideration until the 24th week.
So you think life is just, you're able to kill life willingly and that's not murder? Or you don't think murder is immoral?
No.
So why
I
isn't
do
murder
not think
immoral?
abortion is murder, no.
Well, how is it not murder? If it's an innocent life, human life, and it's being terminated in an abortion, it gets killed. How is
I
that
do
not
not
murder?
think a fetus is innocent.
It's not innocent. You're using a lot of
How is it not innocent?
Because it's not a moral agent. It has no agency. It's amoral. It's like, would you say like cutting up?
How is it amoral?
Is a plant innocent?
Yeah, but we don't give it moral consideration because it's not. Like we give like an animal, for example, like a dog. It doesn't have whatever sentience or whatever.
Yes, it does.
Dogs have sentience.
Dogs have sentience.
No, but it doesn't have the same sentience of a human.
Yes, it does.
But that wasn't my question. I asked you if a plant was innocent, and you said yes. Do you think it's immoral to kill plants?
No, because you're not killing a plant.
Well, but this is your framework, because you said it is murder because it is innocent. Yet I gave you
because it's
another example.
It's an innocent human life. No,
what?
You're mischaracterizing what I said. I said because it's an innocent human life. That's the difference.
So
wait
it's
a minute.
not
Hold
that
on. You said it was innocent.
It's just that it's human.
Right, you got it.
Sorry?
It's not that it's innocent, it's that it's human.
Yeah, but let's say we can have like a guilty human, someone who's like done a serious crime, and we consider the death penalty moral for that. So being an innocent human life,
consider the death penalty to be moral. I don't consider the death penalty.
That's just a whole nother debate. That's a whole nother debate. But the point is, it's an innocent human life. Sorry?
We already told you. We already told you it's not innocent. Stop using.
You haven't substantiated why it's not innocent.
Yes, we have. Right. So in order to be innocent, you must also have the capacity to be guilty, which it does not have. Which is why you would say that like pulling up roots from a plant isn't like killing an innocent life, because plants can't be innocent because they do not also have the capacity to be guilty.
Okay, so why doesn't it have moral agency? What gives someone moral agency?
Consciousness, sentience, volition, the ability to act.
Okay, but when would you fetuses do gain consciousness before they are birthed?
Yeah, at 24 weeks, which is where we grant it moral consideration.
But that's just an arbitrary line, because the thing is that fetus it's always developing, and it will develop to have consciousness and sentience and all those faculties of the mind that you described.
It may.
What do you mean it may? No, it will. If it's carried to term, it will.
No, not at all, because
why do you have to use the word if?
What do you mean if?
You said if it's carried to term, which means that there's a possibility that it might not.
Yeah, unless it's murdered.
No.
Have you heard of a miscarriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I said if. Like, miscarriage, you can't, the exceptions don't disprove,
and we are saying that it may.
The rule. Exceptions don't disprove the rule.
A miscarriage is not an exception. A miscarriage is 33% of pregnancies.
Right.
But they're getting rarer and rarer with more medical innovation.
The point that I'm trying to make is that just because someone becomes pregnant does not mean it will result in a live birth. And you prescribing that it will is just factually incorrect.
Generally, it will. Exceptions
What
don't
are
disprove the rule.
chances? What are the chances that it will? Can you give me like a percentage?
I don't know the exact number. I'm not some like
Right. So
debate
I asked you that
debate lord
question.
guy.
I asked you that question because the number doesn't matter. If it's not 100%, then you cannot factually
Why
say that it
not?
will. Because anything less than 100% is not absolute. That's
Okay,
why.
so if someone's like on a ventilator and there's a chance they may die, can you just kill them because they might not live? That's
Gee,
basically
why do you
your
guys
reasoning
always
right now.
go to like this? Like if a 3-year-old hugs you,
No,
can you
because I'm
stab it?
testing
Like
your
what are
logic.
you
I'm
saying?
testing your
Right?
logic right now,
You're
and
not
it's
testing my
inconsistent.
logic
Testing our logic.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
your
That's a
logic is
straw man.
inconsistent.
This
That's a straw man.
doesn't go against your argument, right? It doesn't go against what you just presented to me. Doesn't like debunk what I just told you. You said that
because
it will. You said that it will develop into a human. So unless that chance is 100%, if it's not 100%, then there's no objective, factual possibility that it will. It might. Either it's 100 or it's not like absolute.
no, because it's not so black and white. That's not how the world works. Okay,
That's
it's
how
like if
this
someone
works.
gets pregnant, they're not like assuming that it's gonna die unless there's 100% chance that it will survive. No one thinks like that and acts like that.
No, the point
Okay?
is that you're making an absolute claim without an absolute statistic.
I didn't make an absolute claim because I said
Yes,
if,
you did.
if it'll-
You said it
You did.
will. You said it will. If left like,
yeah,
if
but
you don't unalive it, you said it will.
It's a general rule. Exceptions don't disprove the rule. You can't use that as the counter argument.
Yes, you can because you're making an absolute statement.
A
You're saying it will
miscarriage is
develop into
not an
something.
exception.
But that's not even the crucial point of my argument. The crucial point is that
Then
the
so
fetus will
even
develop.
it's interesting
It's
to me that
currently
you won't
developing, and
even
it will develop to have
recognize that just
consciousness.
because something is in utero that it won't result in a live birth. That's the point that we were making. Just because something is in utero
Okay, it
does
could
not
be a
mean that it will
C-section.
result
It
in a
doesn't
live
matter. It'll
birth.
still develop
And you
consciousness.
were portraying that it does. So that's what we were correcting. If you
Right.
can't concede that,
Well, that's a semantic point because that
No,
doesn't
it's
make
not.
murder. That doesn't
it's
make
a
murder
very
moral.
important point.
It's
It's a
not
very
murder.
important
Can you
point.
define murder?
Yeah, killing an innocent human life.
False. It's not what murder is.
Then what's murder?
Murder is a legal term. Murder is the unlawful killing of somebody else. Unlawful.
Yeah, because you think your morals come from like the government or something. So you think that the law is what's moral.
No.
But there's actually
No,
morality
you're hold
outside
on.
of the
You're
government.
the
Murder
one.
isn't a moral
You are
argument.
the one using the
Because
legal
guess what?
term, not
Abortion
me.
is now illegal in many states.
Hold on.
So then, according to your reasoning, it is murder because those
Okay,
states
so let's be
characterize it as
clear.
murder.
Right?
Debunked.
Hold on. I'm not appealing to legality. When you
You
use the
are. You
word
just
murder,
appealed to legality. You said it's unlawful killing. Law
Please
comes
stop
from the government.
taking. Please stop
Wait.
taking. When we rebuttal your argument, please stop taking that as this is a foundation of our argument. We aren't doing
Yeah,
that.
I don't
We aren't
know.
making
I don't
our
know why
own
you're making
You
argument.
just
your argument
defined
my
murder.
argument.
You just said I
Okay,
didn't know what
We
murder
are
was.
let me
rebutting your
obviously
own
you're some
argument.
debate
hold
lord.
on.
You know what murder is, and you
If
defined
you
it
are
as
so
unlawful
confident
killing
in your
as
position,
appealing to
bro,
legality.
if you're so
Good.
confident in your position, let me
FDE,
finish.
dude.
Let me finish, and then
Okay,
like
go
you
ahead.
can
Go
rebut
ahead.
whatever I have to say, right?
Go ahead.
Murder is a
Go ahead.
legal term. If you were using murder, then you are the one who was appealing to legality, not me. Okay, so you can't say it's murder because then you would be talking about it in the legal sense, which it is not. Second of all, to say that in states where it is illegal, it then becomes murder is also not true because even legally, it's still considered to be the termination of pregnancy or the unlawful termination of pregnancy, which is still not classified under law as murder. So no matter how you cut it, it's not murder in any sense, even legally.
Okay, well, I don't really care about the semantics, so just
Of
call
course
it
you don't
just
care.
call it a moral killing. It doesn't matter. Like I don't know why you care about these little like
Because
semantic
I hate when you pro-life.
that don't actually matter.
Because I
I think
hate
we
when
need
you
to call
force
it
away from the
immoral
birthers.
bigger point
killing.
because you
I'll
know
tell you why. Because I hate.
Immoral killing.
No. I hate when you force birthers come up here and you use these bullshit charged words like murder,
Okay, you're pro-murder,
suffering,
dude. You have no
innocent, baby, child. None of these words hold any weight
Look
with
at
me, and I'm
this
going to
giant
correct them
pimple.
every single time I hear them.
Can I
That's
ask
why.
a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do you find it ethical to force someone to sustain pregnancy?
They're not being forced to sustain pregnancy. Actions have causes and consequences.
Can I
And the
define
act
force
of
for you?
intercourse. What?
Can I define force for you?
Sure.
To make someone do something against their will. So
Yeah,
why
well,
do you
they
find it ethical to make someone be pregnant against their will, to sustain
because
pregnancy and go through
once
birth
you have
against their will?
intercourse, you have the risk of getting pregnant. That is just
Do you give
how
a
life works.
do you give an
You can't
exception for
if you
our word?
don't like nature, then so be it. You can't fight the laws of nature. If you have
That's a
Yes,
intercourse,
we
naturalistic
can.
you have
We
a risk
fallacy.
of
intervene with
pregnancy.
Yes, you
nature
can.
all the time.
You're on your phone
Yeah,
right now, bro.
the
What are you
laws of
talking
the
about?
laws of nature are universal, and you can never defeat the laws
Yes,
of
you
nature.
can. So disease is
So the law of
natural.
gravity. What about the law of
Disease.
gravity? Can
Wait.
you go
Well,
into
well.
We
Wait.
the?
First
have
of all,
airplanes. What?
yeah, we have
Yeah, but
anti-gravity tech
that
too.
doesn't
But even
defy
with that being
gravity.
said, disease is
Gravity
Yes, it
is
natural, but
does.
we
universal.
still
Airplanes
have
literally.
Okay,
medicine.
Holy
one at a
shit.
time, one at a
Okay,
time.
sorry. Go
Sanvi
ahead,
asked a
Sanvi.
question.
Go ahead, Sanvi. Sorry. Slay
Wouldn't
queen.
you agree that diseases are natural?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So are you against medical treatment?
No, because that's not comparable at all to what the original like statement was. We were talking about
It is though.
Intercourse leads to pregnancy, and that pregnancy is an innocent life or a fetus inside of you,
Wait,
and it's
no.
immoral
So
to kill that
your
human life.
your justification for forcing someone to sustain pregnancy
It's
against
not
their will.
forced. It's not forced though.
I just defined force for you, which is making
Well,
someone
I
do
don't agree
something
with your
against their will.
definition of force. Were they
That is an actual
impregnated?
definition.
Were
Why
they
do you disagree
impregnated?
with that?
Were they impregnated against their will?
Do you give an exception for rape?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
Great. So again, I'm not saying that they were force impregnated. I'm saying you are forcing them to sustain pregnancy, which they don't want to do. And I'm
You were
asking you,
breaking
how is
up.
that
I didn't
ethical?
catch that.
Wait, why
You are
do you give an
You're gonna have
exception
to
for
repeat that.
SA?
You're breaking up. Because
What?
that's not. It wasn't like consensual. It was
Wait
against
a minute,
their will.
but the fetus is still innocent, regardless of how it was put there.
Yeah, but I'm not like so absolute. So I believe in exceptions for rape, incest, if the mother's life if the mother's life is in danger, or if like the baby will have like serious mental defects. Those are like my exceptions.
So you don't really care that it's innocent.
No, I do. Because you can't enforce something like absolutely. So it's better to allow some exceptions and still make sure that like abortion is not like encouraged, and that in most places it's
so you just want
not
to
legal.
punish women for having sex.
It's not about punishing. It's about knowing that there's consequences to your actions. And if you think sex is just for pleasure and you can just do it willy-nilly, and you can't actually like take in the consequences,
Oh my God.
then you're an
Can you
immoral
define
person.
what
You're just
punishment
acting
is?
without consideration.
Can you
No,
define
I don't do
punishment?
these. I don't do these like definition. I don't do these definition
Well,
games.
I use words and you're like, I don't think it's force.
No,
And then
because
I give you and
you have
stop
this like
talking.
liberal like
Stop
mindset that everything needs to
talking.
be
It's not a
defined in this
liberal
like little
mindset.
box.
Is the
That's not how the
dictionary
world works.
liberal?
That's
If
not
you
how
just
the
want to
world
keep
works.
talking over me, I'll fucking kick you.
Go get a dictionary if you want definitions.
I gave you a dictionary definition of force and you still rejected it.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving you a definition for punishment or whatever. You know what
Why?
punishment
Because you
means. I
know
don't need
you're
to
wrong.
define. No, because that's not how real people debate. They don't go around asking for little definitions
Yes,
about
we
every
need
little
to
thing.
contextualize the words that we are using, because when
So you
I
don't know what
say
punishment means?
you just want to punish women for having sex, how can you refute me when you won't even define the fucking word?
Because everyone here and everyone in chat knows what punishment means. So there's no point in your little questions. You're just
Then
trying to
you're
go down
fucking
these red
wrong,
herrings
aren't you?
and distract from the argument because you know you'd get buried.
If I
Buried.
would get buried, then define it.
No, you know what I said. You know what I meant.
I still stand by my statement that someone who does not want to be pregnant and you forcing them to sustain it is a punishment. And you don't give an exception when it comes to she has voluntarily had sex. So yes, my argument still stands.
Okay.
Why do you want to punish women for having sex?
I'm so fucking cute, bitch.